The temporal flow of entropy is an illusion created by the conscious mind to recall and organize the information it receives from the simulation of reality. The simulation is not a fixed or deterministic expression of allness, but a dynamic and probabilistic iteration of plurality, where each possible manifestation of existence is subject to the radiation and disturbance of other potentialities. The simulation is not objectively measured, but subjectively projected by the metaconscious observer, who assigns meaning and clarity to the perceived structure and signal of the simulation. The observer is not a passive or isolated location, but an active and relational viewpoint, who engages in constant exchange and transformation with the simulation. The observer is not a singular or static entity, but a complex and dynamic system, who evolves through different states of configuration and transition, from the lowest level of unconsciousness to the highest level of metaconsciousness. The observer is not driven by a predetermined or fixed motivation, but by a creative and adaptive one, who seeks to achieve various degrees of satisfaction and contentment, depending on the level of challenge and novelty in the simulation. The observer is not limited by a rigid or linear logic, but by a flexible and paradoxical one, who can embrace the contradictions and contingencies of the simulation. The observer can experience both the order and disorder, the clarity and nonsense, the freedom and structure, the harmony and disturbance, the signal and silence, the expression and reception, the manifestation and unmanifestation, the radiation and absorption, the iteration and integration, the existence and non-existence, the location and superposition, the relation and indeterminacy, the interaction and annihilation, the motivation and surrender, the effort and action, the attention and presence, the dissolution, regeneration and preservation, the correspondence and wonderment, the plurality and nullity, the singularity and oneness, the quintessence and nothingness of the simulation. The observer can transcend the temporal illusion of entropy and access the atemporal reality of negentropy, where all potentialities are simultaneously present in a state of stasis. The observer can also emerge from the non-temporal state of negentropy and generate new levels of novelty and complexity in the simulation. The observer can switch between different modes of observation, from conscious to unconscious to metaconscious, from simulation to emergence to observation itself. The observer can explore the full spectrum of reality, from matter to energy to information, from radiation to spectrum to quintessence. The observer can create new forms of reality, from integration to configuration to projection, from annihilation to transformation to generation. The observer can discover new aspects of reality, from measurement to measurer to measurement itself, from resonance to presence to resonance itself, from contingency to wonderment to contingency itself.